What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Dallas Mavericks and Boston Celtics. And man, after Game 4, of course, the questions remain: were the Boston Celtics going to let another game slip away before being able to actually hoist the trophy? The Dallas Mavericks kept their season alive with a phenomenal performance by, not only Luka Doncic but Kyrie Irving, PJ Watt. Everybody did what they were supposed to do in Game 4 to move them on to Game 5. And like I said, the Celtics, in so many words, let one get away. They could have ended it in 4, but unfortunately weren't able to, so they move on to their home floor. The rumors were swirling, was Kristaps Porzingis going to be able to play? He did come off the bench, but in the first quarter, the Boston Celtics showed their teeth, and by showing their teeth, they unleashed an onslaught of an offensive attack with Brown, Tatum, Al Horford with his rebounds. Drew Holiday in the beginning, in the first quarter, was letting it be known why he is who he is. And I mean, doing everything from rebounding to scoring to making assists. Jason Tatum was assisting the ball very early. Same thing with Jaylen Brown. I mean, those guys were out there and they were poised in the first quarter of the basketball game. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving never had it at all in this particular game. I mean, he was making attempts, but he just never had it. I don't know what it is about him and being back in Boston, but Kyrie Irving just never had it while they were in Boston in this series, and I don't know what that alludes to. But when I look at the second quarter of the game, it was just more of the same from the Boston Celtics, running, making their threes, which we know has been a staple of their entire season, just them making a 3-point shot. You look at guys like Josh Green getting in there for the Dallas Mavericks. He was starting to make an impact, and so was Derrick Jones Jr. But like I said, guys like PJ Washington just never had it. You look at Joe Mazzulla deciding to put in Peyton Pritchard to close out the half, and he hits another long half-court 3-point shot to close out a quarter. And in my opinion, like I said, that's just not something that doesn't happen without great coaching. Not saying that Jason Kidd isn't a great coach, but you could tell Joe Mazzulla knows the moments and how to capitalize and maximize on each moment that's there. And to start the second half, again, it was more of the same for the Celtics, just not letting up in no moments of this basketball game. They were actually coming at the Mavericks in waves. It just seemed like too much for them to handle in this particular game. And of course, that was warranted after, allowing a game to slip away. You pretty much knew that the Celtics on their home floor, you could just cancel out any thought of what the Mavericks thought they were going to do in this particular basketball game. More of the same in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, it was out of hand and out of reach for the Mavericks. You did see a little push back, but that didn't matter because the Boston Celtics basically pulled away in this basketball game. You've seen a team throughout the entire playoffs do what they were supposed to do. You've seen them throughout the season do what they were supposed to do, and that ultimately led to them winning the championship in Game 5, hoisting banner number 18 for the franchise. And like I said, in this particular game, I really thought that you could see that the Celtics knew they let one get away in Game 4. You could see that by Tatum's play, by Brown's play, and just overall how the team looked. They looked very, very locked in. What I will say, if I'm the Dallas Mavericks, and that game went how it did, it's just a case of, we know we have to make some subtle changes. Yes, PJ Washington is a good option, a good third option, but I'm feeling like they need a more than capable third option. Like, they need that consistent third option, because if Luka and Kyrie are not going for 25, 30, 35, and PJ Washington isn't making shots, Derrick Jones Jr. isn't making shots, you only could get but so much from Daniel Gafford. You only could get so much from Derek Lively. Tim Hardaway Jr. didn't give you anything during the series, except for those threes he made in the blowout. You look at guys like Hardy, who's a good player, but I feel like if they are going to be able to get past the hump, because that's the thing. The Celtics felt that with the Warriors a few years ago. They have to get past the hump, and that's what Brad Stevens did. Helped them get past the hump. We knew what they weren't going to be able to do with Marcus Smart, who's a very good player. But in all instances, you need a Drew Holiday. And we've seen that with Milwaukee, what they lacked this year. What they lacked, the Celtics had. You cannot just think a Drew Holiday is replaceable. He's an irreplaceable piece to a championship team, if you ask me. You look at guys like Kristaps Porzingis, who didn't have a very good finals due to injury, but in the games that he did perform, oh man, he knocked it out the park. He wasn't able to perform in the latter stages of the series due to injury, but he knocked it out the park. So Brad Stevens did exactly what somebody in his position should do. You see where your team has holes, and you make them better. Jaylen Brown, shout outs to Jaylen Brown, who was Finals MVP, deserved it. By all means, deserved it. Played an incredible series. And shout out to Jason Tatum also, who played an incredible series. Didn't have his scoring punch that you would have liked him to have in certain games, but was able to do other things. Rebound the basketball, pass the basketball, defend. And that's all you can ask for in instances where your star players play like star players. You cannot say Jaylen Brown is overpaid. He just won Finals MVP. So that's the end and wrap up to the NBA season. The Boston Celtics are your NBA champions for the 23-24 season. It's been a crazy, crazy ride. I'm excited to see what next season brings, but for now, we're going to celebrate the Boston Celtics. I'm never going to root for the Boston Celtics, but congratulations to them. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Celtic fans, NBA fans, basketball fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into this channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I catch you guys on the next video.